This week on Nadia's Kitchen Creations, I'm making spiced carrot cupcakes. You'll need half a cup of oat flour, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, quarter teaspoon of nutmeg, an 1/8 teaspoon of dried ginger, an 1/8 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt. We're going to mix that into the flour mixture, mixing that well. And then in a large bowl, I'm going to add half a cup of buttermilk or soured milk, one egg beaten, ¾ cup of brown sugar, light or dark, half a cup of oil. I use grapeseed oil. Give that a good stir. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix well. And then I'm going to add 1½ cups of freshly grated carrots. I use the fine grater along with 1 teaspoon of fresh orange zest that you see on top of the grated carrots. Just give that a good stir. Then I'm adding half a cup of raisins. And then half a cup of unsweetened toasted coconut. Just mix that in, and then we're going to start folding in our flour, just making sure to scrape the sides of the bowl and the bottom of the bowl, but don't beat it. You don't want to overmix this mixture and end up a rubbery end product. This is also a new collaboration with Nurture in Christ, done by Fernell Davis, a fellow YouTuber, and I'll link you to her channel for the main that's going to go with this dessert, and Fernell will be sharing with us her recipe for lasagna. So I will leave links to that in the description below. Nurture in Christ has, of course, recipes, meal ideas, parenting tips, family vlogs, and she and her family encompass messages of God's love in everything that they do. So I would love it if you would go check them out. They are a great family. And once that is mixed, I'm going to evenly divide it in a 12-cup muffin tin, and we're going to bake that in a preheated oven of 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. And that will bake for approximately 12 to 15 minutes. You just want to make sure that the top springs back and it's starting to pull away from the sides, or you can do the toothpick test, and when the toothpick comes out clean, the cupcakes are done. Just like to let it sit in the pan for 1 to 2 minutes, and then I pop them out and let it cool completely on a wire rack. While those are cooling, we can go ahead and make the cream cheese frosting, and for that you'll need half a cup of butter at room temperature. If you're not using salted butter, add half a teaspoon of salt. You'll need 1 package of cream cheese at room temperature, a 250 gram container. You'll need 1½ cups of powdered sugar, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and if you want to, you can add a ¼ teaspoon of orange zest, but that's not necessary. And I just like to go ahead and add the powdered sugar into the beaten butter and cream cheese mixture just so it doesn't go flying all over the place, and then go ahead and beat with an electric mixer for an additional 2 to 3 minutes until the frosting is nice and fluffy. And then I like to, because this is a softer frosting, I like to put it in the fridge for at least 1 hour or overnight. And when that is ready to go, you can frost your spiced carrot cupcakes. As you can see, I'm not a pro, but that's okay. And then because there is coconut in it, and I do love coconut, I like to top each cupcake with a little sprinkling of the unsweetened toasted coconut. And that is it. So thank you so much for tuning in to Nadia's Kitchen Creations. I will see you in the next one. And don't forget to check out the lasagna by heading over to Nurture in Christ. See you next time.